Thank you all for coming to the February meeting of the Evergreen Admin Working Group. Today, we had kind of planned about talking about the link checker. So I was just curious if anyone currently uses the link checker, and if they do, if they wouldn't mind sharing any procedures or workflows that they use with it. Give everybody a minute to type in the chat or unmute if they wish. Okay. Melissa does not use it. Neither do we.
Yeah, we don't
Michelle.
currently use it either.
Oh no. Dan does not either. Gina or Eva?
Um, Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, sorry. Um, I'm a little bit late and
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Good. That's
My
okay.
Fine. We use or used to use
Mm-hmm.
link checker for some time, but then it has some issues.
Oh, okay.
But it was the older interface. So we stopped to use it because we discovered that in Google Chrome it doesn't work after some new version of Chrome, and then we start to use Firefox, but it was complicated, so we stopped using link checker. But now because of this discussion, I have looked at it and it worked again, and it worked well. We used to check links um, of our thesis or student works because they're in some repository and we need to have really working links. So we tried to use it and it was very good. What I discovered that it's much better to work in some batches. Usually, I try to make some search like um, according to create date, for example. By years, because when there's a lot of records, it takes a very long time. Uh, and what I discovered too is that it's good to at first create session or group of records to find records, and then trigger the link checking because
Okay.
because I know what at first I recognize if my query was really if my query really works, and then if when it works I can start link checking, and then we can um, take some records where are problems uh, make it make all to work.
Okay.
Maybe if you I don't know whether you have used it ever, some of you. Uh, Maybe I could show you.
Oh, that would be helpful. Do you mind?
Hmm. Okay, but it will take some time. I'm really sorry because I came from work recently because it's 8 o'clock here and it was
Oh,
it's complicated, so I wasn't
yeah.
able to prepare myself, but I will try. At
Okay.
first, I will have to switch to English.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Maybe sorry.
No worries. Take your time.
I can I
You should be able to share.
yes, okay. I'm sorry, my camera is doing some stupid things. Okay, so I will start sharing. Sharing is not turned on, so I'm sending request.
Oh, okay. It should allow you.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. This isn't our account, my account, so I'm
No
never quite sure
problem.
what settings are turned on.
Yes, it's here. I hope. I hope it's right. Uh, yes. Yeah, you see my it's our evergreen, it's our
Hmm.
production, so you can see it real. However, I think I have to clear clear cache. Maybe it will be really work. Speak speak English. Maybe I hope so. Oh no, doesn't matter. So it's here. As you can see, I have here a lot of sessions. Some of them are older. Um, they have been created from 2020 to last week because I have tested some things. Here you can see here you can see the search query which I created. So this is really the query, and when I click the session, I believe. Um, Sorry. Now I can show you search URLs. It looks like that. These are works of our students, and here you can see URL. So if I started the query, it return things like that, list of records and URLs. And then when I have the URLs, I click verify URLs. If you create new session, you can create a session and test all URLs at once. But it's what I have told before. I prefer to create a session because I can see whether my query really works, whether it's not too much records, or whether these are really records which I need. Uh, Maybe I can show you some query. When you create session, uh, you must name it. For example, test query. Test query. Sorry. I will search in my owning library. Uh, Maybe I will. I will. Uh, I will set search scope, and maybe I will search ticks. Maybe I try. So I create session and test the URL. I believe this won't be take a long time, but maybe it will. So when I searched about maybe 200 records, it took about few minutes. So it's really slow. That's why I recommend to try create restriction, maybe by record creation date, or maybe something else. I think it's too long, so I will switch. When the session is created, then I can create URLs. I can start the URLs. Checking. Sorry. No. Yeah, this is it. I think there are not many URLs, so I'll start to verify URLs. Hope it won't take a long time. Sorry, it took longer than I expected. I thought this is one
No,
with a few records.
no, that's fine.
It's
When-
reality.
Hey, quick question. When you did this scope and you typed in ethics for the search, so it's looking for any records that have the word ethics in them?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And it's searching the whole record.
You
for
can
that one.
you can do the same. You can do the same search like in catalog. I think a good way how to test your query is to try to search the catalog. So now I have tested I have tested this attempt with ethics. So how many rows do we have? It's about 100. So maybe there are more pages. However, what's important here in this column you see a result text. I think, or result code, it's one of the default columns as well. And I usually sort the results by a result code because it's really very useful. You can see that result code 200 is okay, which means that this URL works. There is no problem. Okay, then we came to another code, which is 301, which means I was trying to figure out what does it mean exactly. What I have discovered is that probably the URL has moved, but it works. This is my conclusions when I tested this. And then we can find some more. So maybe next page. I don't know how many pages are here. Oh, I'm too far. It seems that there are no bad. Okay, so now you can see here the code number 500, and this result text says that system can't connect to this URL, which means we have to check the URL and make some corrections. So usually we then take this bad records and go through it and look and we look for new URL or something like that and correct the records. So this is how it works for us. I think it's something what we will do now because we didn't have time to to do this after our upgrade recently. So I hope it was helpful. Maybe if you want to ask something, you can try, but I'm not sure whether I'm able to answer all your questions. I stop sharing.
Thank you. That was really helpful. Right before the meeting, I got one to work where I was looking for links that were at a specific org unit for like Overdrive or Hoopla or something like that, just to see what would happen. Or maybe like RB Digital, that's no longer a service, so we wanted to get those old ones out. And I got one result, and I felt very proud. But I got a result, so I thought, okay, that's working. I guess my difficulty is the scoping. So you search within. My cat just decided to close the window. Um, oh, so you're like scoping to who owns it, and then also within a group, like a scoping.
I must admit I'm not sure what I have done really in this case.
Okay.
But I think the owning library helps helps best for me, I think.
Okay.
But I must admit, you know, we are very small consortium. We have about less than 60,000 records, so it's no problem to go through the whole catalog. And I think our goal is to go now in next month through all the catalog. And I think the best strategy is to go by create date, because it's I need to find some system. But probably there are mm, some predefined searches like young adult and things like that. Maybe the library that needs to check some collection of books can use this and then find various strategies what to look for. Maybe the create day is not the only solution, but it's good to start at I don't know, mm, sciences or novels and things like that. It's possible to search by mark codes, and it's possible to search also by mark fields, I believe.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so there are more strategies possible.
Hmm. Does anyone else have questions?
One more idea. I must admit that the search queries I learned from the old interface for record buckets, where there was a search, there was various queries and query possibilities. So I think it's very useful, these types. Or what really good works good, I have told it already, good for me is to find something in OPAC and then copy the query from the search field. It works also well.
Yeah, I think I was getting hung up on because I was reading. I'm gonna put the link to the docs in the chat. I think the thing that I was getting hung up on was like you can do site, and then you can do like an org unit, and then you can do like keyword or author or title. I was thinking I had to also include that. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna know, if I'm looking for ebooks, if if they have all of those. So I think knowing that I don't have to put that very specifics, I could just do ethics, or I could just do one component is helpful.
I don't know whether there is any official documentation to a link checker. I didn't to new version. I didn't look at it.
I think what I put in the chat is the most current, because the screens look similar. I think the last time I looked at it, it still had the old ones. I think for us, I think this might work best for if each individual library or library group, like system, did their own management. I'm wondering if what other folks think if we see, if you're looking for record management of something.
Maybe I will share my screen once more.
Mm-hmm.
There is something what I have found here, and it's saved searches. And you see there is children's material and young adult material and general adult material. And I don't think it was me who created that. I think it was in the somewhere saved in the system. But it's a good tip how to search. For example, you was talking about e-books, and I believe um, if you find how the right I don't know, description and the right code, it could work very similarly, I believe. So it's just only to play with that a little bit. I hope you know what I mean.
I think, yeah, I remember seeing these when I was playing with it before it got redesigned, so I think they are hard coded in. So that's good.
With this audience, I would say there might help, for example, I say in OPAC, I don't know, audience or a resource type or something like that, maybe,
Oh,
and find a right code.
mhm.
I will try.
I'm not a cataloger, so I can't think of the form off the top of my head. Will have to look. But I know what you mean.
Sorry. Uh, it would probably be combination of evergreen searches and mark documentation.
Mhm.
I would use advanced search probably and try to maybe item tab. Sorry, I must switch to English because it's
Oh,
talking Czech to me and I don't know. Maybe item type probably.
I don't
No,
think
no,
it's
no, no,
sharing
no.
your screen yet, so
Sorry.
that's okay.
I am in our. I am in our OPAC now. No, bib level, no. Language, video format, no.
It
Maybe
might be
it's
was it
form,
form?
think like that, but I don't see form. Maybe I have. No, no, no. I don't.
If you go down just a little, I think it's called
But
literary
uh, but
form.
but I think this is the way where to how to how to find it. For example, I will try to. No, it's not like that. I believe there must have been any documentation to in the old DokuWiki, I believe, because there were some things about searching and things like that, and I believe there was something, but it's such a long time when I did it, so I don't remember.
There's let's see, in the Bucker, in the documentation, there's something about advanced record queries. So you could do like author or keyword or series or subject.
Um,
And if you do format type,
something like that. I can't remember.
yeah.
Physical descriptions, maybe. English. Electronic resource. It's a challenge. We must find it. No. So if you think I can I shall stop sharing, please tell me. Maybe. Maybe this is I'm close because these are the old some but not mark expansions. No, it's not it.
Oh, Dan has shared a link in the chat for info on
This
the record
meaning this,
buckets.
yes, okay. Maybe this is the link of this page, but maybe no, it's the same link. What's going on?
Yeah, I think the one Dan put in the chat is the up-to-date one, but it does have how to limit to like a search format. So if you want electronic resources or DVD or whatever, the link he shared has that info.
Yes, I think it's one step, and we have to figure out how it works. But for example, I think the audience, it's a good example, but problem is that it's one word and there is no problem. But if you have the electronic resource and things like that, it might be problem. Maybe, or maybe the search, the grid in the search something. The grid for the code, for the codes could help. No, it's not doesn't matter. I would think when we add the code for the document type for the electronic resources, where does it shows? Maybe it could help us what to search.
You should be able to do search underscore format and then in the parenthesis put
Yes.
electronic
Mm-hmm.
and then do additional things.
Yes, that's a good idea. I think I will try it in the staff client now. Filters. Form electronic, maybe.
So for the rest of the group, do you feel that your
Form, yes. Form S. That's it, I believe. The S, and it's form. So I would, in the link checker, I would probably try. I will try maybe.
Oh yes, it is S. S, O, or Q sometimes, depends on what it is you're looking for. Now that you said that, it reminded me.
So I will start a link checker. I will create new sessions. Look at the safe searches. Where are and what did I say? It is yes, form. Oh yes, form. So I will share the screen again. It's just test. Maybe it won't work. We will see. So I will do this. Here is young adult materials. I will switch audience to form, and I will replace this for the code S, and we will look what we'll get. No. Sorry. Once it's here. So create session, but it doesn't
Oh, I
work.
think you need a name.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. And what will happen? We will wait. Maybe I should have restricted by create date or something like that. We'll see. And you told you need to check the overdrive books. Am I right?
Yeah, I was looking. I know a lot of people would want to check because it's very easy for them to add their holdings, but it's very hard to remove their holdings. So I think one use case for us will be having folks check those ebook links to see if, once they remove them from their collection or, they have to then remove the corresponding mark record for them. So I think knowing which ones are active would be helpful for them.
Mm. Okay, so now we have here some records. I will check what does it look like. Do you see still my my screen or no?
Yep.
Okay. So I will look by TCN. We'll look what no, it doesn't seem we found what we were looking for. No. So I don't think it was successful search.
Mm.
Maybe I was not right. Or maybe we tried.
Yeah. Well, thank you for demoing.
Mm,
I think it's
no,
helpful to have some people who've done it before kind of walk us through it.
but we talked about link checker in a cataloging group last week, and no one else admitted using link checker. So
Yeah. So now that we all know it's working, that'll be good. We could all give it a go again. I'm
maybe.
just
And is there any documentation or not?
no, there is. I put a link in the chat for the
Sorry.
Zoom chat.
Um, okay.
Yeah, it's helpful seeing that it works, and I could see like the cleanup of like we're using Aspen for our audiobooks,
Mhm.
but and so they shouldn't be in the catalog, but this might be a
Mhm.
good way to go through and make sure if they
Oh
are
yeah.
hanging out there, and maybe like even just finding them or because and the only other thing I was thinking was like we have some records that have that extra information link,
hmm
so that would be another search to look for, but that might be a good one to clean up. And I mean, this is easy enough to use if you got the search right. Like I could even
hmm
pass it off to somebody and be like, okay, go through and these are the ones that don't work. So it's nice that you can filter the results afterwards to just show maybe non-working ones or whatever. So this was really helpful.
But
Yeah.
maybe you can find any other way how to reduce the search results on for records you need. Maybe it's not just the document type or form, but maybe the date when it was created or some. Don't you have any other mark field, for example, which contains something, maybe overdrive or I don't know. It's stupid idea, but maybe something like that. Something what's not typical, what's not official, but you have it in your records. For example, we have in some electronic books, we have note that it belongs to, uh, for example, Gay Virtual Reference Library or something like that. And maybe you can search for it and use it for a link checker.
That's a
That's
good idea.
what I would think. Mm. I stop sharing again. Sorry.
Oh no, we can still see it. Okay. Yeah. Any other ideas? I like Melissa's idea for, cleaning it up after you add Aspen and removing all those extra links. Sometimes it has cover art links that you don't actually need. I'm just curious how others foresee themselves using it. Thank you, Eva.
Okay.
Is there anything else we'd like to chat about? We could wrap up early, but I don't want to cut anyone off if there's other topics.
Actually, I had one question. So when we moved to 3.11 to 3.13 recently, we noticed that because of a bug fix in 3.12, I have to look up the exact language of it. The item statuses that we previously never had holdable are showing up in the new pull list. And I think it had something to do with, hold on one second, I'll get that language up for everybody in the bug ticket. But yeah, again, this is from 3.12. So it says copies with a status that has both the holdable and is available field set to true are now eligible to fill holds. So for example, we had something like display, maybe other libraries have noticed this before, where that suddenly became holdable after moving to the 3.13 version, maybe because it was available at one point or whatever it is. So there are a few things that have changed. The documentation I'm working on to update it because the item statuses screen in system admin has changed like drastically. I was hoping if anyone who actually does a lot of management in that screen could like maybe give an explanation to the prone to hopeless holds as one of them. And another I think is restrict deletion, which I think restrict deletion is that you just can't like delete anything if they're in that particular status or something like that. I could
It,
also share screen if that's helpful. Give me some time to bring the thing up.
if it's restrict deletion, I think all it does is it gives you a pop-up that says this item is in a less than ideal state for deletion.
Okay.
And you can push it, like force it, or you can cancel it. I kind of wish it worked where it just didn't let you at all, because we have a lot of people who like accidentally delete things that are lost, and then the item comes back like 2 weeks later, and then we have to undelete the item and then do all this stuff. So I wish the restrict deletion was maybe a little bit more restrictive.
There's a permission that controls that, isn't there?
Is there? I
I
would love
believe
that.
there is.
There is. We are actually bringing a proposal to our advisory committee next week to take that permission away. Because it is something that we've run into, and it is I think it sounds like exactly the same problem that you're running into with lost items specifically. I don't remember right off the top of my head what that permission is, but if I see it, it'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's definitely it. The
See.
problem that we ran into when we were testing it out is that it's also the same permission that's required to if you use the option, I think it's a library setting that alerts you to oh, this is the last item on this record.
Mhm.
And if you take away that permission to restrict to be able to delete a restricted deletion item status, it will also take away the permission to delete a last item as well. I think it's like override item deletion or something like that is actually what the permission's doing.
I wasn't aware of that.
So I'm sorry, I was kind of like blanking out a little bit to get the screen shared things up. Could I do you mind going over the explanation for this once more? I just need to put it in the docs because we don't have anything currently in the community docs for it. So restrict
For
deletion.
yeah,
Yeah,
I can let me let me pull something up and I'll give you the exact wording.
cool, thank you.
1 second.
And
And
I'm
then
just assuming that prone to hopeless holds is just basically what that is.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's something that can be considered hopeless because it's holdable. So like an in process item is never going to be prone to hopeless holds because you don't even have the item yet sometimes. So you don't want it to be on your hopeless holds because it's not something
Mhm.
you would ever want to be considered hopeless. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me. I have to find I have like a dummy record that I have mangled every item. Let me just see if I can. Okay, I have one that's missing. That should work. Okay, so if I delete something that's missing, no, that didn't work. Sorry, 1 second. It's always when you want to do something that you.
Yeah, live demos.
All right, let me just mark something lost.
Is it possible if I could ask another question while you
Mm-hmm.
have that? So I think the big thing for us is that
Oh,
we
thank you,
have
Melissa.
one library who well, I guess this is more like a consortial thing. So we're like a pretty large consortium. And do people have like a preference of like items on display to be holdable or not? I know that could be like a iffy topic, so we're gonna ask our steering committee, but I wanted to know if anyone had like no or yes.
We specifically had people. So when this bug patch came through, we had a lot of people who were excited because they had previously been using the on display status, but it wasn't appearing on the hold list. And so when it started working, they were really excited. So um, they the on display thing is kind of iffy for us because it's some want it on a shelving location, but then it doesn't always go back to that shelving location, and just the way our cataloging permissions lay out. So the status one worked really well for people for the most
Okay.
part. So
Yeah, we only heard one complaint about it so far. Whatever.
Yeah, we switched to the status one too, and it's been really nice because it does the auto, it changes it back when it comes in. And we have such a long checkout period that usually the display and then it's checked out, and then when it comes back, it can go back on the shelf. So our staff has liked it.
Sorry, which I just feel like I'm kind of like jumping around. Is this a setting that's in library settings or is just basically this? Like the
I think it's just the
okay.
it's
under the
just
status
this.
settings, making it holdable
Hold.
or
Gotcha.
making
Okay.
it, yeah.
That's interesting. Thanks for letting me know. Because we
And
got
then
the opposite feedback.
So there is no, if I remember right, there is no stock status on display, is there?
This is what I just have from the demo.
Yeah, I thought we
So-
created that.
Yeah, that's all we got. It's just 19 in the demo server they have up.
so for the restrict deletion, Melissa found the error code. The reasons include, it says one or more items cannot be deleted. And then it says override. And then reasons include the copy in question is in not an ideal status for deleting.
Not ideal status. Awesome.
And
Thank you.
people don't read it and they just hit okay and then it comes back or they find it and then it's a nice song and dance. So the copy delete warning, is that override? Is that the one I need to take away from people? If
Yeah,
I don't.
that's the one we don't give anybody.
Okay, that's. I'm so glad I complained about that because that might. Feel like I do this every other day.
Michelle, you had mentioned that it sounded like maybe you didn't run into that problem with the title last copy issue.
I don't think we have, although I've never actually tested that. If I could.
So I'm wondering if I just messed up my test.
If I can find, maybe I can find something. It's always so hard to set up a situation to test. Let's see if I can log in as somebody. And then find or create a record that only has one item and then try and delete it, maybe. Sorry, it's going to take a moment. We have 7 minutes. Oh boy.
No pressure.
Something wrong because I don't have. Let me share my screen. Maybe somebody else can see what I'm missing to be able to save my item. So I don't have the ability to save.
You don't have a circ mod.
Is that required? Let's see.
Oh, hit apply on available. Will that?
Let me try hitting apply on all those. These are required statistical categories. Oh, there it is. Okay, I won't question it. Let's do that. Okay, so now I have a very boring record with one item. So I guess I would tend to, well, I could do it from holdings maintenance, holdings view, or I could do it from here. Delete items. Should I check? Let me check the user before I do this, just to make sure I don't have the, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That's right. That I don't have that permission. Now, what was it? Copy.
Oh, underscore delete. Underscore warning.
Okay, I don't have that permission, which is good. So if I go back here and I go to delete. All right, so I get this and I say, okay. And it did it. I did not get challenged because I didn't have that permission.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
I hope that helps.
No, it's super helpful. I have no idea what we ran into then, but I'm gonna go back and test harder. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry the record was so boring, but
Uh, I have a fake one for my cat, and it's just, people are always like, "Your cat's book is on hold at our library." I'm like, "Oh, yep, forgot to take that off hold."
yeah, we also have a series of a handful of records in our system written by Cosmo Bad Cat.
Oh.
So sometimes they show up on pull lists.
Yeah, I put like her picture as the book cover,
Aw.
and people are like, "Who is this? What book is this?" I'm like, "This is a fake book. I wrote it." They're like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "Well, I'm a doctor in the author field." Like, just like silly random stuff. It's fun. So, all right. Any other questions or things that folks want to work through in our last 3 minutes? Thanks, Gina. Is there anything that we want to talk about next time? I think having kind of like something that we work on together was helpful. Is there anything in documentation or something that we could help with? I'm just trying to think of topics that we can
Oh, like
approach.
community docs.
Hmm.
Oh, geez. Probably. I'm probably not like as super duper active in Dig as I was like, I don't know, last year or so. But there's always like something. I would probably
Hmm.
have to take some time to look through and see what needs like fleshed out stuff. But I mean, if you want to make it like a standing um like topic for me to just bring in questions, that might be easier. I can just
Okay.
look around and see what's outdated.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
cool. I'll try to also email everybody in the group what those questions are sort of prepared, but I don't think it'll take
Okay.
the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, we're just using the regular listserv. We don't have our own group listserv at the moment.
Okay, I could always just send a reply then.
Great. All right. Well, thank you all for coming today. Thank you, Eva, for demonstrating. That was very helpful, and now I feel more confident, and I'm gonna give it a go and get a little bit more creative with my searches. So, um, have
Yes,
a good
don't
month,
hurt.
and we can bug you if we have questions.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, see you next month or at another meeting. Have a good one.